Good day, good day, good day, my lovelies. We've got the Shapeshifter Oracle again. Let's clear the energy. And the question that has come to me today is, what can Harry and Meghan teach us about love? I was just seeing how divisive that opening ceremony of Olympics was, and I wondered if Harry and Meghan could teach us anything about love. Please leave me a comment. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it helps to encourage me to keep doing this work. We'll have Harry on the top and Meghan on the bottom, and the overall energy is your imaginary friend. We'll come back to that later. I swear Spirit's got a sense of humour. And what else wanted to pop out at the bottom there? Strange companions in stranger places. Oh, that's interesting. I've never had that card before. So this is, I'm just really strongly getting the impression of how wonderful you are, how wonderful the internet is to connect people who might ordinarily not ever be connected. We might never ever meet. But that strange companions in strange places, that's interesting. That's very encouraging to me. And I wonder if imaginary friend has anything to do with that, in the sense of you're obviously not imaginary to me, but you're out there in internet world. I may never get to meet you, and in days gone by that might have been a bit weird, but yeah, we'll come back to that one. Harry, what can you teach us about love? Sacred beetle armor. You have a mighty shield. So I think sometimes what Harry does is he puts up a shield, and he shields himself from those who really, really do love him. Unfortunately, he's let people in, or a person in, who has twisted his head and who has turned him against people that he loved, and that truly love him. So yes, Harry can teach us that if you put up barriers between you and your family, provided your family isn't truly toxic or abusive, then you open yourself up to people who might manipulate you and abuse your love. Remember, this is just an energy reading for entertainment and educational purposes only. So don't shut out. Harry teaches us, don't shut out the people who truly love you. And generally, not everybody, but generally most of us, our parents are the ones who will love us more than anyone else. I always tell my children, at the end of the day, if you lose all your friends, your mother and your father are the two people who will always love you and always have your very best interests at heart. Interesting, we're talking about love and friendship, and the card is Snow White and her animal friends. You inspire trust and confidence. And this card, remember, we're talking what can Harry teach us about friendship? Well, Harry used to have a lot of friends. He used to have a lot of genuine friendships, and but he threw those all away when Meghan came on the scene. So again, it teaches us that if somebody wants to come between you and those who've known you since childhood, who genuinely love and care for you, that is a warning. That is a very strong warning that this person might be toxic and might not have your best interests in heart. Oh dear. Poor Harry. Harry in a sea of tears, cast away out of his depth, feeling abandoned. And this is what happens when he had all of his friends around him. Meghan turned him away from his friends, against his friends. He put up his shield of armor, and now he feels like he's sinking. He feels like he's abandoned. He feels like he's cast away. But how are you treating people? If you're feeling cast away, if you're feeling abandoned, how have you treated others that might have led to this? In Harry's case, he turned his back on his friends, and it might be. Sometimes you might have to walk away from toxic relationships. I'm not saying that's not the case. But if somebody like a narcissist comes into your life and turns you away from the people you've always loved and cared about, then you will feel abandoned. And if you're feeling this abandonment, don't worry. Don't worry, because all is not lost. And this is what the cards are telling us, not necessarily Harry, because you can find strange companions in stranger places. You found me, and I'll be your friend. If nobody around you seems that they're going to be your friend, I will be your friend. So even when things look dire and it looks like you don't have any friends, there are people that love and care about you. Okay, you might not know them, you might not have met them yet, and you might only know me through social media, but there are people out there who will love and care for you. So what can Megan teach us about love? Okay, talking about love, please show me some love and hit that like bell. It really helps. And leave me a comment. That's what I meant to say. Leave me a comment, because that shows me, gives me the encouragement, and it also shows this video to more people. So remember to like if you do, and subscribe if you haven't, and leave that all-important comment. Okay, what Megan is teaching us. Well, this card, I always get that it's kind of a bit of a clout chaser. Megan is after friends in high places. There's the ones that she's discarded, the ones that were her friends all her life, that loved and supported her, and she just hangs on to people for what she can get out of them. So Megan teaches us that this is not a great thing to do, because yeah, you can become a bit of a laughingstock. And I don't know that she cares that she's isolated herself, but she shows us what not to do. That's not how to create genuine love and bonds and friendship. Ooh, a twist in the tail. Okay, so from what we've seen on in the media, Megan tends to make a friend, use them for all they're worth, and then discard them. So, yeah. These friends of Megan's generally don't see the end coming. They think that they're going to be the one that that she loves, and then she abandons them. And so maybe this bottom row is not only Megan, but friendship with narcissists. I don't know anything about narcissism, but I trust H.G. Tudor, and he says that Megan's a narcissist, so we'll just go with that based on, he says he's a narcissist, so he takes one to no one. So if there's always a twist in the tail, if somebody's always using you for what they can get from you, if they're discarding you after you've been their friends for a while, and they stop being friendly, and then they start up again, and then they stop, and then they start up again. This twist in the tail, them always wanting something from you, that could indicate that they're not a genuine friend, and they are not worth your time and energy. And the last card. Ooh, beautiful little worm. So not everybody you come across is actually going to be a true friend. And the subtitle of this card talks about take care of yourself. And that's interesting, because yes, I'm a great advocate for self-care, but if your friends are always only looking out for themselves and not looking out for you, then you need to take care of yourself and put yourself first and walk away from those absolutely toxic relationships. So this is kind of a double-edged card. It's if your friend only ever thinks of themselves, then they might not be a true friend. And you need to take care of yourself in friendships. If you're only giving all the time, then that can be unbalanced, and that is not true love. And so your imaginary friend, for a long time, I didn't feel that I had any friends, and sometimes I do still feel like I don't have friends. And I've always said it's better to be alone than lonely with others. Lonely with others. People who've been in toxic relationships will understand what I'm talking about. When you're with somebody, but it feels like you're better off on your own. So I think that's what the imaginary friend is talking about there. And strange companions in stranger places. There are plenty of very good groups, social events, meetups. You can do groups online. Whatever your interest is, there's a group for it somewhere. Google, I don't know, knitting or painting or whatever it is, whatever that interests you, you can find a group online, and sometimes physical groups as well, that you can go to and just chat with like-minded people. You never have to be alone.